Hi, my name is Simone Bannon. I was born in Germany, specifically in the city of Mannheim, in 1976. After 2 years living in Mannheim, I moved to Brazil, Sao Paulo. While living in Sao Paulo, I went to a bilingual school where they spoke both German and Portuguese. This impacted me by fluently speaking both of those languages and also encouraging me on wanting to learn the language of the city that I was living in. These traits of these countries are very different. The stereotypical German gets mad when someone's late and organizes Quito, while the stereotypical Brazilian is more chill and says just have fun every day, and also more chill says what can be done tomorrow can be done tomorrow. So I managed to adapt to both and many more. This impacted me by every time that I moved to a different country, I wanted to learn the culture of that place. I considered it the first priority. So I realized that I love to travel, but not knowing what I wanted to do for my job, I moved to USA and was an au pair and had a break for 1 year. So I realized that I wanted to travel, but not too frequently. So I wanted to work at a hotel. So I went to a hotel school in Switzerland and I studied hotel and tourism management. Then I got a job at the San Francisco Intercontinental. I visited this place when I was an au pair and I fell in love with the city and I considered myself very lucky when I got a job there. This is also where I met my husband, Mark Bannon. This impacted me by having a life partner and having a set of helping hands when needed. Then we got married. He got the opportunity to move to Australia, so I moved with him. He got the job at the Sydney Intercontinental. And this is also where I have my first child, Benjamin Sebastian Bannon. I wanted him to think like me, so it would be more helpful in the future. And I also wanted him to grow up in an encouraging environment just as I did. And I also, biggest priority, wanted him to be open to culture. Having a kid impacted me by needing more responsibility than I had before. So, after 2 weeks living in Australia, I moved to Shanghai, where my husband got a job at the Shanghai Intercontinental. Shanghai was one of the hardest cities that I lived in because the communication was basically impossible. Everyone spoke Chinese or Mandarin, and I didn't speak any of those languages. Having a kid just added another level of that complexity. But having this impossibility and complexity impacted me by making me face my challenges and instead of going in my comfort zone, go and face the challenge. So, after 2 years living in Shanghai, I moved to Hong Kong with my husband, where I got a job at Times Square and where my husband got a job at the Hong Kong Langham. Hong Kong is also where I got my second child, Lucas Aiden Bannon. I wanted him to grow up the same way as my first child did, in an encouraging environment, and also wanting him to think like me, and also as my first child. Having a second kid impacted me by making me have double the responsibility as before, which also challenged me a lot more. So, after 7 years living in Hong Kong, I moved to Thailand, where I'm currently living. I have a job at the Agoda in Bangkok. And my husband got a job at the Bangkok Intercontinental. Both of my kids go to NIST International School, and So before, my first priority was myself, but now it's my kids. I learned very important life lessons when I was growing up. One of the biggest ones were to be open to culture, be caring to people, encourage people, and have responsibility over yourself and your kids. This basically sums up my life. So, thank you for watching.